Check. Good morning, everyone. Warm-ups are underway here for varsity action. Kansas City Knights versus the Midmo Tigers. Knights taking the win yesterday 2-0. Grabbing the valuable 2 points as they are sitting in third place in the standings right now. Trying to move up, trying to catch Northwest Arkansas. They'll be on the docket next weekend. Not 2 games as typically we see. We will only have 1 against Northwest Arkansas at home this year. Knights bench will be just a little bit shorter. Had a lot of sicknesses this weekend, a lot of players out. Probably heard we haven't had Fortner in the lineup. He is out. Richter not traveled. He plays varsity also. He is out. Neal will be out for looks like a few games after the altercation last night late in the JV game. Brown is not here, along with Colton Goins. So those are 5 varsity players not here today. Some of them also play JV. So if you noticed last night, that bench was a little shallow with the Knights, and it'll be even more shallow now. So we'll see if some of these varsity JV eligible players might end up playing in that JV game later this morning as the bench continues to get a little more shallow. "30 seconds remaining warm-ups. Heard there were some issues with the feed. Hey, once again, that is the internet. We don't have a whole lot of control over that. You gonna help out? No? We tried the varsity game under their public Wi-Fi here at the Washington Park Arena. I got feedback that was glitching a little bit. We tried my hotspot for the JV game. I heard that was even worse. So we will stay on the public Wi-Fi for this one. And if it's too glitchy for you, just turn your TV on and listen to the audio. And we'll call it a radio broadcast. I've notified Dee Dee it does record, so I've asked her after the games are over if she can repost the recordings after we get the equipment back to her. So if you want to go back and watch them later, you will have that ability to do that. Warm-ups are over, and holy smokes, they got the audio turned up extremely loud here for their public announcer. And we happen to be right underneath one of the speakers, so hopefully it gets muffled a little bit from the settings that we have. If not, can't control that either.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Washington Park Ice Arena for this morning's matchup between the Kansas City Stars and your Mid-Missouri Tigers.
I guess we're the Stars today.
Starting lineup for the Knights.
Oh, there we go. We got it fixed. We're back to the Knights.
At forward, number 97, Henry Zwellenberg.
Henry Zwellenberg.
At forward, number 7, Gunnar Smith.
Big guns, Gunnar Smith.
At forward, number 6, Kingston
Kingston Sanders.
On defense, number 10, Evan Combs.
Evan Combs.
On defense, number 73, Brody Cunningham.
And Brody Cunningham.
In net, number 52, Trent Smith.
Trent Smith getting a shutout last night, 2-0.
Starting lineup for the Tigers. At forward, number 46, Tyson.
Carnes.
At forward, number 11, Jackson Neary. At forward, number 19,
Neary.
Parker Martin.
Martins.
On defense, number 7, Michael Witt.
Witt.
On defense, number 43, Dio Rose. And in net, number 1, Jeremiah Baumgartner.
And Baumgartner in net again for the Tigers.
You're able to play in the national anthem.
All right, coming up next will be puck drop here from the Missouri Capitals, Jefferson City, Missouri. The visiting Kansas City Knights look to extend their win streak here against the Midmo Tigers, coming off the 2-0 victory last night. Trent Smith getting his shutout, looked incredible in net. Baumgartner actually looked really good too. Backing up those two goalies, we got Dinsmore for the Knights and White for the Tigers. And wow, he looked great in that JV game. A couple excellent saves. One of them laying on his back, just sticks his glove out last night, keeping it out of net from Larson. Kind of one of those look what I found saved shots. Once again, if we come across glitchy, there's not much we can do about it. It's how the Wi-Fi works here. I know we had a lot of problems last year here at Jeff City with the Wi-Fi. So go ahead and just listen to me. I think the audio came across very well, but not the video. And we're underway. Gunnar Smith will take this face-off, gets it over to Com. Tries to get it back to Gunnar, but that's stolen by Carnes. Poke checked away by Com, grabbed by Sanders. Sanders will bring it in, chip it in down into the corner. Smith will backhand it up to Com. Com will toe that blue line, rips one. Sanders right there for deflection, goes wide of the net. Sanders battling it out in front of that net. Takes a big check into the wall, gives a little shoulder. Down goes the Tigers. Smith comes away with it. Shot. Baumgartner's with his save. Witt clears it. Grabbed by Zwellenberg, though, in the Tiger zone. Nice pressure here by the Knights to start this. Keeping it pinned down into the Tiger zone. Up high to Cunningham. He has his pocket picked by Martins. Slung into the Knight zone. Tigers will get some fresh legs out. Down quickly to Zwellenberg. Chipped in, grabbed by Witt. Now it'll be Wilson from Harris. Shot goes wide, touched by Larson to Cunningham. Now to Chikaini. He'll chip it into the Tiger zone. Big check by Chikaini late. And the arm's in the air, and we're going to get a delayed penalty as Baumgartner heads the bench. Touched up by Graham. They'll blow the whistle. And Chikaini's going to get an interference. So the Tigers will head to the power play. 13:23 remaining in the first. This face-off will be brought to you by CK Print Design. Face-off in the Knight zone. In comes McClin. Com's in there. This will be Larson and Smith trying to kill this off. Face-off comes to Com. Up around the boards towards McClin. He'll chip it out into the neutral zone. Down into the Knight zone, wrapped up there by Smith. Quick shot, that'll be grabbed by Trent Smith. Tigers were looking for a holding there, probably rightfully so there by Smith, but we got the benefit of the doubt on that one. McClin will go out, Cunningham will check back in. Larson gets it himself, tries to clear it, held by Witt right at the blue line. Shot saved by Smith. Coming around the back of the net. It's Wilson, grabbed by Larson, can't get it cleared. Witt sends it back in. Now Cunningham will try to clear it. Witt will hold it. Now Larson finally gets it cleared. And we're going to get another interference on the Knights, and this will be Cunningham. So very early, the Tigers will go to a 5-on-3 power play. 12:37 remaining in the first. Minute 14 still left on Chikaini's, and now Cunningham will go hang out with him in the sin bin. Brought to you by the Westport Flea Market, home of the best burgers in Kansas City. And this will be Wilson, takes the shot wide of the net, wraps around the half wall, comes up, Witt can't hold it. Out into the neutral zone. This will be Hervey, way down into his own zone, back behind Baumgartner. Back check there by Larson. Larson will get the steal, trickles into the Knight zone, so Com will have to come down and grab this one. Puts on the brakes behind Smith, being forced out by Hervey. And can't get it cleared. Intercepted by Wilson. Poked away by McClin momentarily. Now it's Com. He'll get it cleared. Com will also chase after it and will battle behind Baumgartner. Trickles out near side. Sent up ahead. Howard sends one. Glove saved by Smith. And finally, the refs will blow the whistle dead. 7 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. Larson will go to the bench. So right now we got McClin out here by himself. Sanders will come out. Smith will come out. So we'll go with one defenseman, two forwards. Sanders will probably play the defensive slot. 7 seconds. Chikaini's penalty will end. Face-off grab by the Tigers. Up high to Harris. Takes a shot, blocked away by Smith. Gunnar Smith didn't get to Trent. In comes Zwellenberg. Nice back check there as he came straight off the bench. Got it out in the neutral zone. Tigers have to regroup. Around the half wall. Pops out near side. 30 seconds remaining on the Tigers power play. Cleared by Smith. All the way down to Baumgartner. Zwellenberg forechecking, gets to the puck first. Nice foot race. Now stolen by the Tigers. They'll clear it off the half wall far side. Right to McClin. Sends it right back into the Tiger zone. Delayed offsides. Now touched up, grabbed by Harris. Exit pass blocked by Zwellenberg. 1 second, and that's the end of the penalty. In comes Cunningham. Knights are back to full strength. Chip by Sanders, comes to Zwellenberg. Back check by Howard. Now dumped into the Tiger zone by Zwellenberg. He'll chase after it. Tigers come away first up the right-hand side. Down against the half wall. Howard and Com will battle for it. Around the back wall to Cunningham. Cleared by Cunningham, arm in the air. That's going to be an icing. Face-off will come back to the Tiger zone, or the Knight zone. 9:59 remaining in the first, no score. Knights surviving the power play efforts by the Tigers. Had a 5-on-3 for a minute 14, got out of that. Larson, Smith, McClin, Morrison, Chikini. Around the half wall, past everyone. They're going to call wave off icing. Broken up by Chikini. Now here come the Tigers up the right-hand side. Gains the red line, dumps it in. No, they're going to say he did not gain the red line. That's going to be an icing on the Tigers. So the face-off will come back to the Tiger zone. It was really close, but the refs were right on it. Said you'd not cross the red line, young man. Knights will leave the same 5 out there. McClin, Morrison on the defense. Larson will step up, take the face-off. He's got Smith to his left. Chikini goes to the front of the net. Around the half wall, comes to Chikini. Sends it back over to Larson. Larson will send it back. Chikini centers it up front right off the skates of Smith. Chikini working it in the circle, or down in the corner. Loses that puck. Harris can't get it cleared. Nice body check there by Larson. Smith dumps it back into the far corner. Tigers get there, whip it around the boards. Morrison will hold it at the blue line. Right to Smith, skates in, tries to center it. Larson gets it over. Well, that was Chikini to Larson, and then back to Chikini for the goal. Kansas City goal! Number 91, Lincoln Chikini. From number 25, Charlie Larson, and number 77, Bo Smith. .905 remaining in the first. Knights get on the board. Dunlap, Banks, Busher will check in. Common, Cunningham on the defense. Face-off won by the Knights, now stolen by the Tigers. Back out to neutral. This will come to Cunningham in the Knight zone. Cross ice, bouncing it off Busher. Sent right back into neutral. Comes to Com. He'll come D to D to Cunningham. Into Dunlap, into the Tiger zone, down into the corner. Takes a body check there from Harris. Loose puck. Grabbed by the Tigers up the right-hand side. Stopped by Banks up against the half wall. He'll backhand it back behind Baumgartner. Cycled to Hervey. Pressured by Dunlap. Nice job by Com holding it right at the blue line. Dunlap backhands it down low. Tigers will try to clear it up the near side. Cunningham will step up, holds this one. Backhands it back into the corner, will chase after it. Banks comes away with it. Pressured by Penn. Wilson will come in there, battle for it. Hervey comes away with it. Cross ice, now back over near side, back to Hervey. Cross ice, slapped down by Com. Cleared by Com, back out to neutral, comes right to Hervey. Hervey will dump it down low back behind Smith. Com and Harris will battle for this one. Chipped up the boards. Harris has it. Now a shot up front. Saved by Smith. Rebound off the side of the netting. Com with a body check. Knocks Harris down. Comes away with a puck. Little cross-checking there to Cunningham behind the play, but here comes Com. Right to his forehand. Takes a shot. Baumgartner with a save. Gunnar Smith holds it. Back checked by Harris. Pinned up against the corner wall. Poked away by Busher. He'll come away with a puck. Takes a shot. Blocker save Baumgartner. Tigers will try to clear it. Busher will hold it at the blue line. Right to Gunnar Smith. Takes a shot off the side of the net. Grabbed by Hervey. Quickly outlet out to the neutral zone. Big check by Sanders. Stolen by the Tigers in their own zone. Quickly out, and they'll dump it into the night zone. Back behind Smith. This will be Klin. Looking over his shoulder. Past Howard, touched by Smith, grabbed by Zwellenberg. Back to his forehand, off to the left. Whips one, goes high up over the net. Comes over to McClin. Backhands it to Zwellenberg. Trickles right in front of the net. Baumgartner will jump on top of it. They'll blow it dead. 6:05 remaining in the first. Knights leading 1-0. Face-off will be in the Tiger zone. Cunningham and Com will check in for Graham and McClin. Sanders, Smith, and Zwellenberg will stay out there for the Knights. Face-off, Zwellenberg shot just over the glove of Baumgartner and over the top of the crossbar. Cunningham can't hold it now. A foot race for the puck. Howard quickly around Cunningham, comes in, saves, backhand, shoots, and scores. Number 34, Howard for the Tigers. Showing great speed, gets the steal up against the right-hand side. Goes by Cunningham, comes in one-on-one, comes to his backhand on Trent Smith, puts it in the back of the net, ties it at 1, 5:50 remaining in the first.
Tigers goal! Scored by number 34, Colton Howard, unassisted.
Now it'll be Larson up ahead to McClin. He'll be back checked by Harris. Now it's pinned up against that half wall right in front of the Tigers bench. Held by Morrison. Grabbed by the Tigers, Hervey sends it across ice. Now dumped into the night zone. Morrison will look over his shoulder. He'll grab it back behind Smith. Comes to Harris. Shot. Smith with the chest protector save. Puck falls right into his glove harmlessly. They'll blow it dead. Face-off will be in the night zone. 5:07 remaining in the first. Sanders, Smith, and Zwellenberg. Cunningham and Com will check in for this defensive zone face-off. Zwellenberg comes away with it. He'll streak past Harris, brings it over to Sanders. Sanders shot deflected. Witt broke his twig. Harris will try to clear it, held by Smith. So Witt is playing around right in front, no stick. Shot's deflected. Now stolen by Hervey. Witt will go to the bench to get a new stick. Well, he'll just stay in the bench. Guess I'll have to go to the locker room. Here comes Smith. Pushed up ahead to Zwellenberg. Tried to get it back to Smith. Stolen, but the clearing pass deflected by Smith comes right to Zwellenberg. He'll lose his edge, loses the puck. Tigers will clear it out to neutral. And now we're going to get an offsides. This morning's action brought to you by Par Electric. Knights got off early, lighting up the scoreboard. Tigers have tied it back up. And with 4:17 remaining in the first, we set tied at 1. In will come Chicani, Smith, and Larson. Graham and McClin on the defense. Face off one into the Tiger zone. Now grabbed by Larson. Quick shot right off the post. Baumgartner will sit on top of it. They'll blow it dead. Big scoring opportunity for Larson. Bounces one off a goaltender's best friend, the crossbar. Stays out of the net. Face-off will be far side in the Tiger zone. Chicani will block down that clearing pass. Now the puck will trickle over near side. Harris will get it cleared out in the neutral zone, down into the Knight zone. This will be McClin looking over his shoulder, puts on the brakes just before he gets behind Smith, sends it out to Smith. Touch pass to Chicani. Chicani up the right. Will go around nearer. Reverse check there by Chicani. Larson comes down, grabs the puck. Harris did not take too well to that check from Chicani. And it is the smaller of the two Harris boys. Chicani, one of the taller Knights players. Cleared down into the Tiger zone by Graham. And when those two forces collided, Chicani won that one. Smith will hold it in. Down low, Tigers rip it around the half wall. Now up the right-hand side past everyone, so Com will come back, grab this one. Arms in the air for icing, becomes right to Baumgartner. So no icing will be called. They'll backhand it up the near corner. Cunningham steps up, holds it in. Dunlap right at the blue line. Tigers come away with it out into neutral ice. Poked away there by Smith as the puck was wide of the net anyways. Howard will hold it in for the Tigers. Now race behind Smith, pops it up in the air, right back to himself. Stolen by Busher in the far side. Quickly over near side to Banks. Pinballing around, Tigers come away with it. This is Howard trying to steal it from Cunningham. Cunningham will get it over to Busher. Busher will poke it back ahead to Cunningham. He'll rip one. Baumgartner with a save. Rebound, shoots, and scores! Kansas City goal! And Banks and Cunningham got tangled up on the celebration. Now they separate themselves through. Brody Cunningham ripped a slapper. Baumgartner with a save. Comes right back to Cunningham. He sends it back the other way right in the back of the net. See if there's an assist on that. I don't think so. See what the PA says from the officials. Face off. Chicani backhands it into the Tiger zone. Busher will get the assist on that. Over to Chicani, far side, backhands it up towards Morrison. Morrison will send it back behind Baumgartner. Tigers will try to clear it, get it to Harris. Popped out in the neutral zone. Loose puck grabbed by McClin. Deflected, that goes up into the Knights bench, out of play. They'll blow it dead, face off neutral ice. 1:22 remaining in the first. Knights leading 2-1. And they're going to push it out into the Knight zone for this face-off. This will be grabbed by Com. Quickly out to head. Sanders back behind the defense. Sanders will come in, takes a shot. Baumgartner with a save. Got in a little too deep at a tough angle. Now they're going to blow it dead. as the Tigers player laying down on the ice. Thought the puck was still out, but his faceoff will be in the Tiger zone. 1:04 remaining in the period. Smith, Sanders, and Zwellenberg, Cunningham, and Comm. Faceoff grab, Sanders, shot across the crease. Comm will hold it in at the blue line. Tigers will try to clear it, and they will not get it cleared. Comm holding it right at the blue line, sends it up front, blocked by Witt. Smith comes away with it right to Comm. Shot wide left of the net. Sanders whiffs on the one-timer. Hervey will send it across ice. Here come the Tigers up the right-hand side. Down into the night zone. Quick shot over the top of Smith. Comes over near side. 30 seconds remaining. Hervey tries to center it. Stolen by Comm. Comm up the right-hand side. He'll go around Witt. Down into the corner. Tries to center it. Grabbed by Sanders. 17 seconds remaining. Leaves it up high for Cunningham. Whips one. Goes over the top of the net. Round the boards. Comes out to neutral. Hervey pushes it ahead. 7 seconds. Harris. Shot. Save Smith. Big pad save there by Smith. Sent over to the corner, and that's the end of the first. Exciting first period. Knights lead after the first 15, 2-1. Lincoln Chikine getting his 7th goal of the season, assisted by Larson, his 7th assist, and Smith, his 8th assist. That's how the Knights got it started early. 9:05 remaining in the first. 2:03 remaining. It'll be Cunningham with his 8th goal of the season, assisted by Busher, his 6th assist of the season. At the 5:51 mark, unassisted, Howard for the Tigers with a great play up against the right boards. Gets the steal, goes around Cunningham, comes in one-on-one. Nice move to his backhand, puts it in the back of the net. With the Tigers tire there at the 5:51 mark. And then the Knights regained it from Cunningham from Busher at 2:03. After the first intermission, that's the way we set. 15 minutes are on the clock. Baumgartner will head off to our left, Smith to our right. Knights will bring out Zwellenberg, Sanders, and Smith, Gunnar Smith, the younger of the two Smith brothers. Trent, no relation. Cunningham and Comm come out on the defense. Winner underway, grabbed by Zwellenberg. Over to Sanders. Touch pass stolen by the Tigers. Now grabbed by Gunnar Smith right at the blue line. Tries to feed it to Sanders. Stolen by the Tigers. Back out to neutral. Comm to Sanders. Poke checked away there by the Tigers. Now it's Carnes bringing it into the night zone. Pushing it down low. Cunningham will grab it behind Smith. Being forechecked. Stolen. Now loses the puck, grabbed by Gunnar Smith. Tried to chip it off the glass. That hit the netting, goes out of play. Face-off will be here at neutral. No, they're going to say all the way down in the night zone. Thought he'd cleared the blue line. So Graham and McClin will check in. This will be same forwards, Wellenberg, Smith, and Sanders. Face-off won by the Knights, goes far side towards McClin. He'll backhand it up the boards, held by Harris. Over to Graham, chips it off the glass, gets it out into neutral by Sanders. He'll carry it back into the night zone, trying to gain a little time and space, but being back-checked by the Tigers. They get the steal. Now they'll carry it down low. Smith from back behind the net. Over to Zwellenberg, touches it back up to head to Smith. Poke checked away, now dumped in there by Sanders. That'll be a delayed offsides. Tigers will get this one. It'll be Witt in the corner. Backhands it far side. Pressured by Zwellenberg. Cleared up the boards. That should be an icing. And icing is the call. Come back for a face-off into the Knight zone. Face-off brought to you by CK Print Design. 13:37 remaining the second with the Knights leading 2-1. In will come Larson, Smith, and Chikini. Howard comes away for the Tigers. Poked away by McClin. Loose puck right at the red line. Tigers will gain the red line. Dump it into the Knight zone. Graham over to McClin. Chipped up the boards to Smith. Backhands it to Chikini. Chikini will bring it in. Rips one right into the glove of Baumgartner. Falls harmlessly right in front of him. He'll cover it up. Face off in the Tiger zone. Face off grab by the Knights. McClin backhands it. Tried to get it to Smith. He was a little too close. Goes down in the corner. Larson will rip it around the half wall. Now cleared by the Tigers. They're going to say tipped, no icing. Howard will come down. McClin, he'll backhand it across the ice. Smith will try to get it cleared. Now continued to battle up against the boards. Comes to Larson. He will get it cleared off of the stick of the Tigers. And that was Howard. Loose puck. This will be grabbed by McClin at neutral. Pressured, backhand, stolen, right to Howard. Shot, Smith with a save. Dangerous no-look pass there by McClin. Nobody was home for the Knights. Howard, with the lone goal so far from the Tigers, has a wide open shot. Smith comes up big with a high-scoring opportunity for the Tigers. Keeping this thing 2-1. Banks, Busher, and Dunlap. Cunningham and Com. Faceoff comes back towards Smith. He kicks it off into the corner to Cunningham. Up high, Harris holds it at the blue line for the Tigers. Dumps it back down low, grabbed by Cunningham. Ripped around the half wall. Penn will hold this for the Tigers. Trickles off far side to Cunningham. He'll finally get it cleared. Harris for the Tigers being pressured by Banks. Gets it up ahead. Now it'll be Hervey. Trying to feed Wilson, past Wilson to Cunningham. Back to Banks, now to Busher. Busher loses it, regains control, now loses it once again, trickles around in front of Baumgartner. Tigers rip it around the boards, and this will be Harris. Tries to come back in between two Knights players, loses the puck right at the blue line. Busher will come back for this one. Backhanded it right to Harris. Shot, save, right pad by Smith. Another high-scoring opportunity for the Tigers, turned away by Smith. Com will rip it around the boards. Penn will hold it for the Tigers. Hervey will battle for it. Has his pocket picked by Busher. 2-on-2, Busher left, Banks to the center. Busher tied up by Harris, loses the puck. Dunlap will hold it up against the wall, checked by Hervey. Trickles down to Harris for the Tigers down low. Around the backside of Baumgartner, sends it up to the other Harris. Pushes it ahead to Wilson. Hervey gets onside. Cunningham trickles it back out to neutral, grabbed by Hervey. Cross ice pass. Down into the corner. Now it'll be Cunningham cycling it to Com. Com tries to clear it, held by Carnes. Carnes with a shot, rips it right into the glove of Smith. Blown dead faceoff will be in the Tigers or the Knight zone. 10:31 remaining the second with the Knights leading 2-1. Today's broadcast brought to you by Par Electric. Knights need to light up the scoreboards again, see if they can get some cushion in this game. Both teams playing excellent so far. Now it'll be Smith with the steal. Brings it into the Tiger zone. Goes right. Tries to center to Sanders right up front. Little bit too far out in front of him. Gets to Baumgartner first. He'll cover it up before Sanders could reach that puck as he went streaking through the middle of the crease. Nice thought by the Knights, but couldn't connect. Smith wins the face-off to Zwellenberg. Whiffs on the one-timer, but kicks it back to Smith. Up high to McClin. Back to Sanders. Stolen by the Tigers. This will be Carnes up the right-hand side. He'll rip a shot. Glove saved by Smith again. That was wide of the net, so it wouldn't have went in. Smith will slow up the action, though. Face-off will be in the Knight zone with 9:55 remaining in the second. Morrison and McClin in there on the defense. Face-off comes center ice, or center slot. Howard will try to send it back down low. McClin will try to clear it. Howard held that one. Pops out to center. Now it'll be Morrison. Over to Sanders at neutral. Comes over near side to Smith. Smith will bring it in. Takes a shot. Deflected by the Tigers. Trickles right up towards Baumgartner. Loose puck still up front. Baumgartner thought he had it covered. Now it's cleared by the Tigers. That should be an icing and will be. Term I heard down in Wichita, they call that loose change. And that loose change was just trickling around right out in front of Baumgartner. He thought he covered it up, and it was still loose. Knights couldn't poke it in. Common Cunningham check in on the defense. Still got Sanders, Smith, and Zwellenberg out there on the forward line. 9:24 remaining in the second. Smith tried to center to Zwellenberg, poked away by Harris. Now it'll come to Com, to Zwellenberg. Leaves it for Sanders. Com will backhand it down low. Zwellenberg pops it up high. This will come out to neutral. Harris up the right-hand side, squeezed by Cunningham. Loose puck grabbed by Sanders. He'll bring it up the left. Into the Tiger zone. Takes a shot, deflected. Loose up front. Rebound shot, Zwellenberg, saved by Baumgartner. Comes around the backside of the net, right to the crease. Can't rip a shot off as four Tigers are right in the middle, and we got some action back here behind the play. That settles down. It was between Rowe and Sanders. Here come the Knights the other way. Shot, Zwellenberg, saved by Baumgartner. Smith grabs the clearing pass at the blue line, whiffs on the one-timer. Loose up front, Zwellenberg kicking at it. Now it trickles over far side. Smith and Smith brothers over there along with Zwellenberg. Comes up high. This will be McClin. Brings it over near side. Cunningham takes a shot. Baumgartner with a save. Zwellenberg from the backside of the net. Gets it over to Larson. Trickles up high to McClin. McClin will bring it in right-hand side. Tries to center it as Larson coming through the crease. Bounces off him. Now Harris is going to clear it. That's deflected by, thought it was deflected by Cunningham, but they say no deflection. That's an icing. Probably a smart play there by Harris, as the Knights were really putting a lot of pressure on. Face-off will come back into the Tiger zone with 7:47 remaining in the second. Knights leading 2-1. Larson, Smith, Chikini, Graham, and McClin for this face-off, brought to you by CK Print Design. Face-off, Larson to Chikini, rips a shot, blocked up front, rebound, right through the crease of Smith, comes over near side Larson, brings it up high to Graham. Pushes it back down, Larson, Smith tied up down in front of the net with Witt. Puck comes around, McClin sends it back down low, now it'll be Witt. Forecheck there by Smith. Loose puck grabbed by Larson. He'll have it trickle off his stick. Now we got a delayed offside as Graham sent it back into the Tiger zone. This will be grabbed by Witt from the backside of Baumgartner. Clears it, trying to get it to one of the Tiger players that was kind of trying to cherry pick, but the Knights are ready for it today so far. Here comes McClin right up through the middle. Comes to his forehand, left. Drops it for Chikini. Sends one. Baumgartner with another save. Puck bouncing around here in the Tiger zone. Now cleared out. Oh, not into neutral. Now it'll trickle out to neutral. Smith right there along with Larson. Carnes battling for it. Comes to McClin. Chips it off the half wall. Puck just bouncing around. Now here comes Chikini with a check right up front. And there got a battle going on with Smith and Nair. Pin, shot, blocker save, Smith. Now it'll be Larson. Got a lot of action going on here with Elwin from the Tigers. He's been battling with everybody. Loose puck comes to McClin. He'll chip it off the half wall. Tried to get it to Busher out in front of him, but grabbed by Larson. And a line change with Smith and Dunlap, and they're going to get us for offsides. .537 remaining in the second. Knights still leading 2-1. Face-off far side neutral ice. Dunlap, Banks, and Busher in here. Comm and Cunningham on the defense. Face-off will come to Busher. He'll rip it into the Tiger zone. Back behind Baumgartner. Forecheck there by Banks. Comes away with it to Dunlap. Loose puck. Rebound. Busher goes wide left of the net. Rebound just over the top. Goes out of play. And Dunlap leaning back going, man, I missed that opportunity. Face-off will be here in the Tiger zone with 5:21 left. We got some dogs a-barking. Don't know if you could hear the music or not. Centered up to Dunlap. Nice job by Comm holding it right at the blue line. Trickles over to Banks. Banks up against the half wall, brings it up high to Comm. Around one of the Tiger players, centered shot right up front, covered up by Baumgartner. Nice move by Comm to gain a little clean ice right in the crease, or in the slot. Ripped a shot, blocked by one of the Tiger players, and then covered up by Baumgartner, who's sitting right in front of him. Banks battling the face-off. Loose puck, grabbed by the Tigers. Harris in the corner, rips it around the half wall. Comes over near side. Cunningham will step up trying to hold it in. Harris will come away with it. Now gets deflected over far side in the Knight zone, grabbed by Comm. He'll skate up the left-hand side into the Tiger zone. Sauces one far corner over towards Banks. He'll grab this one in the far corner to his backhand. Loses it. And here come the Tigers the other way. Nice job by Cunningham as he pokes it away from Hervey. Puck went out of play over the glass. Face-off will come out to neutral with 4:26 remaining in the second. Graham and Morrison check in on the defense. Sanders, Smith, and Zwellenberg on the forward line. Smith will win it to Graham, backhands it to neutral. Harris loses it, now it's Smith, shot. Baumgartner with another save. Face-off, Smith comes to Graham, backhands it towards the center of the ice. Morrison will keep it in right. Nice job by Morrison at the blue line. Loose puck now cleared by the Tigers. This will be Hervey. It's got Harris to the right. Up around to Harris. Saved by Smith. Oh, what a huge save from point blank range. Hervey was sitting on the backside. That was blocked up there by Morrison. Now to be Morrison with the puck from back behind Smith. What a beautiful save by Trent Smith. Now to be Zwellenberg. Touch pass to Gunnar Smith. He'll bring it in quickly up the right. Back to his forehand shot. Just goes past the right post. Zwellenberg, nice rebound or pickup there against the far wall. Gets it to Sanders. Back down low to Zwellenberg. Up high to Morrison. He'll take a shot, blocked up front. Morrison holds it at the blue line. Now he gets checked by Carnes. Puck goes out into neutral. Smith will try to cross-ice pass, blocked by Hervey, stolen by Zwellenberg. Zwellenberg to his forehand, rips one right into the glove of Baumgartner. 3:08 remaining in the second. Knights leading 2-1. Chicani got the Knights started. Howard for the Tigers tied it back up with 5:51 remaining in the first. Cunningham put the Knights back up front late in the first. And we've been scoreless here in the second. Backhander by Smith goes wide of the net, comes around the backside. Looks like the net moved, but they haven't blown it dead. Now the Tigers will get it cleared. Past Carnes, so grabbed by Cunningham. Backhanded off the wall right to Chicani. He'll chase it down in the corner, battle Harris. They run into each other. They both hit the ice. Cunningham can't hold it at the blue line. Now it'll come D to Com. Smith and Chicani will get back on side. Now cross ice back to Smith. Over to Chicani. Misses on that one. Larson up against the half wall. Him and Penn will battle for it back behind Baumgartner. Larson comes away with it. Chipped off the half wall to Cunningham. He'll rip one wide left of the net. Chicani tries a rebound. Bounces high over his stick. Cleared by the Tigers to Larson. And we're going to get an offsides. Consiglio right there on the blue line. Looked like it was the right call. Close. Larson doesn't like it, but I think it was an offsides. Knights will switch things up. Looks like Banks, Dunlap, and Busher will check in. Nope. Yep. Nope. Busher and Banks climb back over the wall. So Smith, Larson, Chicani. Comes to Chicani. He'll backhand it down into the Tiger zone. Off the half wall, right to Smith. Gets it to Larson. Brings it up high. Morrison shot. Blocked by Rowe up front. Comes right back to McClin. Blocked again off of Howard. Now Howard, he's got some speed up the left-hand side. Rips a shot, goes high up over the net. Rowe will hold it for the Tigers. Entry pass blocked by Smith. Now loose right here at center ice. Dumped in by Busher. Back behind Baumgartner. 1:25 remaining. Clearing pass by Witt, blocked by Larson down low. Trickles around the half wall near side. Busher's right there to hold it. Trickles out. Now this will be Howard. He's going to get squeezed. Nice job by Morrison. Loose puck bounces off the back wall behind Smith. Far side grabbed by the Tigers. Center and pass blocked away by Dunlap. Harris will bring it into the night zone for the Tigers. Center pass shot. Smith with the save. 48 seconds remaining in the second. Face off loose. Now grabbed by Banks. Banks with a nice move. Comes out to center ice. Into the Tiger zone. Pulls back to his forehand. Shot deflected. Goes up high off the glass. Dunlap pushes ahead to Cunningham. Cunningham will let one rip. That goes wide of the net. Comes over near side to Com. His entry shot is blocked by Harris. Goes off far side. Banks. Center pass blocked away by Harris. Grabbed by Busher up against the half wall. 15 seconds remaining in the period. Busher in with 2 Tigers. Now in comes Com trying to pick it out. 7 seconds remaining. Com will come away with it. Battles Harris for it. Now to Busher in the corner. That'll be pin, and that'll be the end of the period. And after 2, it's the Knights 2, the Tigers 1. We'll take a short intermission here to clean the ice. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. All right, welcome back. Intermission number 2 is over. We head to the final 15 minutes of the weekend. Knights leading 2-1. Chicani got the Knights on the board early in the first, 9:05. Assisted by Larson and Bo Smith. Howard for the Tigers went unassisted on a beautiful play up the right-hand side. Comes back to his backhand, puts it in the top of the net with 5:51 remaining in the first to tie it at 1. And then Brody Cunningham on a great effort from Busher. Initial shot was blocked by Baumgartner, comes right back to Cunningham. He turns around and just whips it right in the back of the net. With 2:03 remaining in the first, and that's how we got to 2-1. No scoring in the second period, although it was getting a little chippy and physical. But great goaltending both by Baumgartner and Smith to keep the second period scoreless. We head to the third. Knights up 2-1. Zwellenberg, Sanders, and Gunnar Smith will start this thing off with Cunningham and Com on the defense. Faceoff comes back to Com. He'll go D-to-D over to Cunningham. Pushes it ahead to Smith. Past Harris. Backhands it down into the Tiger zone. Up the wall. Grabbed by Gunnar Smith. Peels back to his backhand. Loses at edge. Comes right to Baumgartner. Now loose puck back in the corner. Smith will battle for it along with Sanders. Sanders will pick it out. Loses the puck. Harris takes a check right onto the bench. Stays in the Tiger zone. Smith will come over there along with Zwellenberg. Zwellenberg will pick it out. Nice cross-ice pass, but deflected. Gunner can't get a handle on it. Now it'll trickle up high to Com. He'll dump it over near side. Sanders, Zwellenberg, right to the crease, loses it. Off to Cunningham. He'll rip one. That bounces off of Wilson, goes off to the far corner. Gunnar Smith will come across with this one. Takes a shot. Baumgartner save. Cleared. Bounces to Smith. Com. Shot. Baumgartner with another save. Grabbed by Sanders. Back behind Baumgartner. Minute 16 into the period, and all action is the Knights down in the Tiger zone. That shot deflected off Baumgartner, goes up into the net, and out of play. Great first shift here by the Knights. Tigers are probably glad that thing went out of play because they were gassed too on that all that defense they had to put on. In will come McClin and Graham, Dunlap, Busher, and Banks for this offensive zone faceoff. Banks wins it across the crease, but nobody there but Carnes. Can't get it cleared. Nice job by Busher holding it in. Loose up front. Now grabbed by the Tigers. They'll finally get it out of out of their own end. Carnes will slap it into the Knight zone, chase after it. And that goes right to Smith. He's got it gloved up. They'll finally blow the whistle dead. Face off in the Tiger zone. Face off brought to you by CK Print Design. For all your printing needs, check out CK Print Design. Face off one by the Tigers up high to Harris. He'll sling it down into the near corner. Now Graham will rip it around the half wall. Odd ball off the partition, or odd bounce, comes right to Carnes, keeps it down low. Now Graham will poke it up the boards towards Busher. Busher up ahead to Dunlap. Loses the puck right at the feet of the refs. Busher will bring it into the Tiger zone. Baumgartner will cover this one up, and we'll face it off in the Tiger zone. 12:57 remaining in the game with the Knights leading 2-1. Knights will switch this up, and will come Com and Cunningham again on the defense. Larson, Chicani, and Smith line will come in near side face-off in the Tiger zone. Now they're looking at something on the ice. And they're going to send the players off the ice. So I don't know if this is an ice issue or if somebody's bleeding. They're going to have to clean up the ice here real quick. The way Larson went over to scrape it up looked as if it may be blood. As he was taking his skate and just kind of peeling it up, but they're going to have to get it up and off there for player protection. So we'll take a short break. Don't see any players looking like they're getting any kind of medical attention or anything, so I don't know who's bleeding, but a little cockatoo that loves my whistling, so I got to bring that into the program every once in a while. Oh, somebody threw up on the ice? Huh? That looks red to me. I think it's blood. It's like a lot of redness there. You can zoom in on it. Yeah, they do have some time built in. JV action set for 11:30. Still got 42 minutes. Now they're going to bring out the Zamboni, it looks like, and suck that stuff up, whatever it is. Put down a little layer of water there where they were doing some scraping. Hey, and other actions back there in Kansas City. The Mavericks on a roll. Second overtime win in 2 nights as they took down the Fort Wayne Comets last night 2-1 with, I believe it was 7 seconds remaining in overtime. Friday night they got the overtime win 15 seconds into overtime. Randall taking it coast to coast with a great move. Give the Mavericks 2 overtime wins in the last 2 nights. So, hey, if you don't have anything to do, make sure you're checking out the night schedule. Come check out some local hockey, high school hockey action. We'll be back at Independence Ice Arena next weekend for a few games. Mavericks will be back on ice. I believe they've got the Tulsa Oilers coming up today. And then they'll go 2 more games against the Tulsa Oilers, if my memory serves me correct. So check that out on Flow Hockey. Or get yourself some tickets to a great evening of hockey action at Cable Dahmer Arena. Mavericks are off to a great start in this season as they hit close to the midway point. Little cleanup done. They didn't drop any water. They just did a dry shave to suck whatever that was up. Somebody's late morning breakfast or a little blood. I don't know what it was. We'll get the call from Charlie Larson later as he had a first-hand perspective of that. Here we go. We're ready for this face-off down in the Tiger zone. Tigers will win it, but blocked away by Cunningham. Right down the blue line, dumps it in, far side. Sent up the boards. This will be Harris. Pokes it out to Wilson. Now Wilson will bring it into the Knight zone. Shot goes wide of the net. Comes over near side. Harris will keep this low down with Wilson. Back up to Com. Chips it out to neutral. Zwellenberg up to Sanders. Sanders whiffs on the wrister. Trickles up. This will be Hervey right from the crease in the Tiger zone. Accelerates up to the neutral zone. Brings it into his forehand. Takes a shot off the post. Knights had one bounce off the post. Now the Tigers have one bounce off the post. Sanders loses it once again right in the crease. Cunningham will push it down to Zwellenberg up against the half wall. Up to Harris. Harris will clear it to Cunningham in the neutral zone. Now Cunningham will ice it. So he was trying to get it to Sanders, but Sanders wasn't skating with a whole lot of speed. Wasn't sure what Cunningham was going to do with it. And icing's the call. The faceoff will come back into the Knight zone. 11:57 remaining in the game. Knights leading 2-1. Smith, Larson, and Chikini check in. McClin and Graham on the defense. And we're going to get a penalty. Elbowing, and see who that call was on. And that'll be on Larson. So he'll head off to the sin bin, brought to you by the Westport Flea Market Bar and Grill, home of the best burgers in Kansas City. Knights will switch things up, getting out their PK lineup. This will be Dunlap and Smith, Cunningham and Com. 2 minutes on the clock. Tigers go to the power play. Face-off comes to Cunningham, chips it up the half wall, held by the Tigers, deflected by Harris up front, goes wide of the net. Com will try to clear it. Harris will hold it at the blue line, gets it down to Harris, I'm assuming the brother. Bounces off the half wall, far side, held by the Tigers. Now cleared by the Knights out to neutral. Comes to Hervey, sends it back to Harris. Harris up against the near wall, centers it up front. Smith with the save, rolls right up in front of him. Had to block or save it also to keep it from going over his right shoulder. Harris with the shot, blocked. Com will clear it. Smith will battle for it up against the half wall right in front of us. Chipped ahead, too far out in front of Hervey. He'll continue to chase Com. Com will lose it in front of the crease, goes over to Cunningham. Cunningham will clear it off the glass. Past Witt all the way down to Baumgartner. Nice forecheck, or back check by Smith. Gets it across to Dunlap, trickles off his stick. Bounces up high, this will be Com. Around the half wall, Hervey's calling for it, and then they're gonna get it to Hervey, just past Cunningham. Backhander shoots and scores. Power play goal for the Tigers. 23, Hervey. see who got that assist. I didn't see who passed it way down deep in the corner. 10:20 remaining in the game. Howard comes away with a face-off. He'll rip one over the blocker of Smith off the back glass. Now to be Morrison to Banks. 50 Harris got the assist on that. Now it'll be McClin back behind Baumgartner. Centers it, bounces it off Busher, comes right back to McClin. He'll send it down into the corner. Back behind the net, poked away by the Tigers, comes up high to Morrison. He'll send one that's deflected, goes back behind Baumgartner. This will be Penn, far corner, pushes it ahead. Morrison once again holds it at the blue line. Busher will chase after it around the back half wall, near side. Howard gets checked by Dunlap, loses his edge. Puck bounces around, now comes back to Howard. Chips it off the half wall, and we're going to get icing on that. Face-off will come back in the Tiger zone with 9:15 remaining in the game. We're tied at 2. Diaz, go get dressed. JV action coming up next. Puck drop scheduled for 11:30. Smith, Cunningham, Sanders, Zwellenberg, Com. Sanders around the half wall, goes over far side. This will be Carnes battling for it. Zwellenberg steals it. Tries to send it back down low, gets deflected out to neutral. Now Cunningham, he'll dump it into the Tiger zone. Penn will grab this one from behind Baumgartner. Off the half wall, stolen by Smith. Deflected by Com as they look for Carnes cross ice. Does trickle to Carnes. He'll send one right into the glove of Smith. Gets a little love tap from Cunningham and Com. On top of the melon. 8:31 remaining in the game. We're tied at 2. Smith, Larson, and Chikini check back in. McClin and Graham on the defense for this defensive zone face-off far side. Comes to McClin. Chipped up the half wall. Just out in front of Chikini. Chikini does hold it in. Now it trickles over to McClin. McClin around the backside of Baumgartner. Looking for that wraparound. Now Baumgartner will cover it up. Knights tried that a couple times last night. Couldn't get it past Baumgartner. Face-off will be in the Tiger zone. Won by the Tigers. Witt bounces it off the back half wall, far side. Up the right-hand side, the Tigers will come. Out into the neutral zone. Now the cross ice near side. This will come to Graham. Graham will chip it up ahead, trying to get it to Smith. Loose puck gets deflected far side. This will be McClin. Retreating back into the Knight zone. Up the half wall. Stolen by Wilson. Now Chikini will leave it for McClin. McClin will send it over far side. Can't get it into the Tiger zone. Now McClin once again in the Knight zone. Bounces it off Chikini. Comes right to Smith. Smith will bring it into the Tiger zone. Takes a shot. Baumgartner with a save. Banks, Zwellenberg, and Sanders will check in. Cunningham and Com. Carnes with a puck for the Tigers. Now around the half wall. This is grabbed by Sanders. Loses on a little back check. Now the Tigers will come the other way. Chips it down into the Knight zone, but he was on the wrong side of the red line. So that'll be icing, and it'll come back into the Tiger zone for an offensive zone faceoff for the Knights. Sanders wins it, grabbed by Banks. Backhands it up to Com. Pressured by the Tigers, trickles around up in front of the crease. Sanders with nice forecheck, but now cleared by the Tigers. Com will bring it over near side. Cunningham chips it off the half wall towards Wellenberg. He'll retreat back for a little time and space. Now up through the middle, brings it into the slot. Nice puck handling there by Wellenberg, but couldn't get a shot off. Now cleared by the Tigers. Now it'll be Sanders. Stolen on a forecheck by Harris. Now down low. Tigers will bring it up high. Shot, that's deflected, goes up into the netting. They'll blow this one dead. Big scoring opportunity there for the Tigers, but couldn't get a shot off as they forechecked hard and got the steal. 6:23 remaining in the game. We're tied at 2. Face-off brought to you by CK Print Design. Smith, Dunlap, Busher. Dunlap will win it. Down it, brings it down through the neutral zone, into the Tiger zone. Centers it up front for Smith. Pass Smith, grabbed by the Tigers up the right-hand side. They'll come. They got Hervey far left-hand side, brings it to Hervey, misses on the one-timer as it bounced off his stick. Gunnar Smith with the steal. Now Busher, loose puck, brings it over. Dunlap right up front, shoots. Saved by Baumgartner. Now he sits on top of the puck. They'll blow it dead. Face-off will be in the Tiger zone. Big scoring opportunity there for the Knights, pushed away by Baumgartner once again. 5:44 remain in the game. Banks, Wellenberg, Sanders, Cunningham, and Com will check in. Offensive zone face-off. Sanders wins it to Cunningham. Toes the blue line, takes a shot, blocked up front. Look out, here come the Tigers the other way. This is Hervey, the captain. Shot, saved by Smith, goes off near corner. Loose puck grabbed by Banks. Sent up the boards. Harris will hold it. Hervey with the steal at neutral ice. Gets it to Harris. He'll take a shot. That's blocked by Cunningham. Now it'll be Wilson. Loose right in the slot. Trickles out. Now it's Sanders. Sanders will try to push it ahead to Com. Bounces off one of the Tiger players. Comes right back to Sanders. He rips one. That goes about 5 feet wide of the net. And here comes Howard the other way. Blocked by Cunningham. Pushed ahead. This will be Carnes. Holds it right at the blue line as there's offsides there. Could have been the call. Wilson will dump it into the Knight zone. Now grabbed by Cunningham. Over near side. Off the skate of Com. Harmlessly into the Tiger zone. Grabbed by Harris. And that is up into the net, out of play. Face-off will be in the Tiger zone. 4:29 remaining in the game. We're tied at 2. Knights got both of their goals in the first. One by Chikini, one by Cunningham. Howard for the Tigers got one of the Tigers' goals in the first. No scoring in the second. Tigers with the lone goal here in the third, and that's where we stand. McClin sends it over, up ahead to Dunlap, pops it up in the air. Cleared out by the Tigers and bounces right back into their own zone, so that would be no offsides, and then the Tigers cleared. That'll be icing. 4:11 remaining in the game. Offensive zone face-off for the Knights. Knights will switch up their forwards. Oop, what am I stuck on here, Amy? Harris for the Tigers, bounces it off the half wall, far side. Cunningham steps up, holds it in the corner, centers it up front, popped up in the air. Comes to Com, that'll come out to neutral. He'll go D to D, bounces off Sanders' stick. Sanders will push it in the Tiger zone. They'll kick it right back out to the feet of Com. Cunningham backhands it into the Tiger zone. This will be Harris off the boards towards Howard. Banks is right there. Him and Howard get tied up. Down into the corner it goes. Harris will rip it around the half wall, right to Cunningham. He'll rip a shot, blocked up front. Banks down in the corner. Got Zwellenberg in the crease. Stolen by Howard behind the net. Loses the puck on a forecheck there to Zwellenberg. Com will get it to Zwellenberg. Centers it, tried to get it to Banks. Misses on the one-timer. Now Cunningham. Shot, blocked up front. Cleared by the Tigers. And we're going to get an icing. Face-off will be in the Tiger zone. Refs in a conversation over here. Tigers' parents were screaming for a penalty. Knights have a player in the penalty box. I missed that. Who went to the box? Oh, Kingston Sanders goes to the penalty box for the Knights, so it does look like the Tigers will go to the power play with 2:59 remaining in the game. So Tigers to the power play, 2:59 remaining, 2 minutes on the clock. Larson, Smith, Cunningham, and Com will check in to try to kill this 2 minutes off. Face-off will be at neutral ice. Tigers win the face-off. Witt backhands it over to Hervey. Brings it over near side. Back to Witt.
This will be a Tigers power play.
Com tries to clear it, but bounces off of Harris. Comes right back to Com. Now he'll skate with it. Into the Tiger zone. Rips a shot, shoots, and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 10, Evan Com. Unassisted and shorthanded. And with 2:31 remaining in the game, Knights regain the lead. 3-2, they will remain on the penalty kill. Face-off back to Cunningham. Stolen by the Tigers and offsides.
Knights goal, scored by number 10, unassisted.
They gave Evan Com room. He skated coast to coast. He started off with it, clear down by the goalie line. Face-off, stolen, grabbed by Larson. Chipped into the Tiger zone. He'll chase after it. He'll win the foot race, cycles it back up the boards. Nobody there for the Knights. Smith went for it but couldn't get to it, and here comes Hervey. Look out, he's got some speed up the left-hand side. Brings it in, he'll go around Com. Shot saved by Smith! Thank you. Got my Cord's stuck there. I don't know what it keeps getting stuck on, but we got that cleared. Pushed ahead. There we go. We're back, maybe back on. Make sure we're live. Blocked by Larson, cleared by Larson, all the way down to Baumgartner. 1:15 remaining in the game. Tigers with the puck. Sorry for the break in action there. Something happened with our stuff, and off went the TV monitor and the computer. Tigers will bring it in. This will be Harris. Shot, saved by Smith. That's the end of the power play by the Tigers. Now Harris will backhand it, trying to get it to Wilson. Grabbed by Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham, empty net. Cunningham will take a shot, shoots and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 73, Brody Cunningham. With 45 seconds remaining in the game, Knights are up 4-2. Cunningham's 9th goal of the season. In will come Brookfield, Dunlap, Chikini, McClin, and Morrison. Faceoff comes to McClin. He'll retreat back in his own goal end. Down into the Tiger zone, Harris off the half wall to Harris. Looking to cross ice, bounces off Brookfield. Wilson will bring it in. Nice back check by Dunlap. Lifts the stick, steals the puck. Now delayed offsides. Now the Tigers are back on side. 20 seconds remaining. This is McClin. Pushed up ahead, just past Chikini. Grabbed by Harris. Off the half wall, grabbed by Dunlap. Brings it back towards Morrison. Hervey tries to get the steal. Morrison slaps it back off the half wall. Oh, should have been offsides, but wasn't. Harris will come in. Loses it in the front of the crease. That's the end of the game. The Knights with 2 late period goals. Game winner will go to Evan Comm with 2:31 remaining in the game to give the Knights a 3-2 lead. That was a shorthanded goal. Brody Cunningham will get some insurance with 45 seconds remaining. That was an empty net goal. And the Knights will get the sweep here at Jeff City in the varsity level. 4-2 victory here on your Sunday morning action. So final score, we'll give a little recap here. Chikini got things started in the first, 9:05 remaining from Larson and Smith. Howard for the Tigers tied it up, 5:51 remaining in the first. Cunningham gets the second goal for the Knights from Busher, 2:03 remaining in the first, and that's where we stood at the first intermission. No scoring in the second, so we went to the second intermission same score, 2-1. Hervey tied things up with 10:20 remaining in the third for the Tigers. And then Comm gets the game winner shorthanded, going basically coast to coast. 2:31 remaining in the game. Brody Cunningham gets an empty netter to give the Knights a little insurance with 45 seconds remaining in the game. And that's your final. Knights win 4-2. JV action coming up next. We'll end this broadcast, come back. Hopefully you guys are seeing something okay with the internet. But once again, we don't have any control over it. So if it comes through, great. If it doesn't, just listen to the audio. Hopefully that's at least coming through. Thanks for joining us. JV action should be around 15 to 20 minutes.